And we start tonight with a call to action from FDA vaccine advisors. The advisory panel met today, voting to recommend emergency use authorization for a Moderna booster shot. According to Moderna's plan, a 50 microgram booster dose would be offered. The first and second doses of the shot are 100 micrograms each. In today's panel meeting, a Moderna official responded to how the drug maker will clarify the dosing protocol for the 100 versus 50 microgram third doses. The FDA panel will also meet tomorrow, tackling the same questions about a booster for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. A new poll from NPR is giving more insight to how people feel about life after the pandemic. More than 50% of black households say they've seen financial problems, compared to just 29% of white households. The poll also revealed an income divide. 59% of households with incomes below $50,000 saw serious financial problems. 31% of black households say they lost all their savings. The report also saw double-digit percentages of people reporting issues with rent, school, social, and mental well-being. All of this despite receiving relief assistance from the government. Tonight, over 10,000 John Deere workers are on strike, demanding better pay and benefits. And they say it's at a time when the company is making record profits. This is the biggest private sector strike in the United States in years. Workers from 14 different John Deere plants walked off the job today as they continue to negotiate a proposed 6-year contract. Represented by 9 locals with the United Auto Workers, they are aiming to renegotiate their contracts following proposed cuts to post-retirement health care, inadequate pensions, and inadequate raise increases. John Deere released a statement saying in part, quote, John Deere reached tentative agreements with the UAW that would have made the best wages and most comprehensive benefits in our industry significantly better for our employees. And now, an update on the water crisis in Benton Harbor that we reported yesterday. Officials in Michigan are now moving to resolve the lead crisis in a predominantly black city. Less than 24 hours after being called out by a local community leader, Reverend Edward Pinkney, right here on our show, Governor Gretchen Whitmer ordered a whole-of-government response to rising levels of lead in the tap water in Benton Harbor. The governor's directive ensures state agencies will get Benton Harbor residents safe tap water, and they vow to accelerate the lead pipe replacement within 18 months, as opposed to the original 5-year timeline. Reverend Edward Pinkney called out leaders over what he claims is a lack of urgency based on demographics.
Filing that petition, we actually got people attention. And as a black city, they would care less about how bad the lead is in the water. They don't care about that. But if it was a white city, and if they put a little white woman on the string with a little baby hollering and screaming about the lead, they would send in the Army, the Pentagon, FEMA, the Army Corps to try to correct this problem.
Community leader Reverend Edward Pinkney and others have an emergency petition for the EPA to send water. We reached out to the mayor of Benton Harbor, Marcus Muhammad, but have yet to receive a response. A town hall was held earlier tonight in Glynn County, where Ahmaud Arbery was killed. They discussed security ahead of next week's trial. Greg and Travis McMichael, along with William Roddy Bryan, are all accused of chasing Arbery before he was killed last February. Bryan helped block Arbery from running and filmed the incident while the father and son duo attacked him, shooting and killing him. The men say they were trying to stop Arbery, who they thought was a neighborhood burglar. Arbery's family say he was simply out for a run. Last week, a judge ruled that Arbery's mental health records could not be used in the trial. Another attempt to reportedly show Arbery had a criminal history. Family and supporters feel that information was irrelevant. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump released a statement ahead of the trial saying, in part, "What is relevant is that Gregory and Travis McMichael and William Bryan wrongfully and illegally attempted to take the law into their own hands and kill a man while recording it, seemingly for no reason other than sport." BNC will be live at the trial and will bring you full coverage starting next week. It's been called vile, violent, and unfit for anyone to live or work in. But New York City's Rikers Island jail remains open and operating, much to the dismay and disappointment of many people who want to see the jail shut down. Rikers Island is one of the most notorious jails in America. It's known not for housing inmates, but also for the violent and dangerous conditions inside the jail. And this year, a record number of people have died here, leading to more calls for the jail to be shut down. BNC's Dre Clark takes a closer look at the issues plaguing the island jail.
To get inside Rikers Island, you have to cross what many people call the Bridge of Pain. On the island, there are 8 jail buildings spread out across 400 acres. Close to 5,000 inmates are incarcerated here. Darren Mack, who served time in Rikers in 1992 and 93, calls it Torture Island. He was 17 years old, arrested for being an accomplice to a robbery, and charged as an adult.
People who survive Rikers have coined that term Torture Island because that's the experience that we experienced there, whether it's mental torture and definitely mental torture, spiritual torture, and physical torture.
Through his organization Freedom Agenda, Mack is imploring city officials to close the jail. Freedom Agenda is among other inmate advocacy groups, making sure the jail issue isn't ignored.
The only answer is closure. That's the only answer for Rikers Island.
Some people call what's happening inside Rikers a humanitarian crisis. Corrections officers have been calling out sick for months, forcing other officers to work double and triple shifts. And inmates have taken advantage of the staffing shortages, violently attacking officers and each other, and making repeated attempts to escape.
1,200 correction officers have been assaulted, and the number of inmate-on-inmate slashings and stabbings have doubled.
The daily grind of overseeing inmates is taking a toll on staff.
Approximately 1,300 correction officers resigned since January of 2019 because of the inhumane and hostile working environment they have been forced to work in.
It's also been one of the deadliest years for the city's jail system. 11 people have died at Rikers, half committing suicide. The last inmate to die was here at the Vernon Bain Center, a floating jail barge commonly called a modern-day slave ship because of its deplorable conditions. Less than 1,000 inmates are housed here. Critics say Rikers should close and Bain should be sank.
People were sent there and kind of almost thrown away like disposable lives. It's a key factor, I think, that almost 90% of the people there are Black or Latinx. And that plays a real role in how people were treated.
Zachary Katz-Nelson is executive director of the Independent Commission on New York City Criminal Justice and Incarceration Reform. His group conducted a 5-year study of Rikers.
Rikers is not a redeemable place. Rikers has to be shut down.
Katz-Nelson supports the idea of building smaller, safer jail facilities in 4 city boroughs by 2026.
Close to courthouses, close to people's families, close to services and lawyers.
Last month, New York Governor Kathy Hochul signed the Less is More Act into law, releasing close to 200 Rikers Island inmates to help reduce the jail population. Critics say all she did was release dangerous criminals back on the streets. Hochul made her decision after state lawmakers toured Rikers and reported seeing crowded cells, filthy spaces, roaches, and maggots feasting on rotten food.
It's based on reforms that worked across the country. It's not something brand new.
A new solution to an old problem. Rikers is in near ruins. The city knows it. The inmates live in it. The officers have to work in it. And outside the jail walls, many people are trying their best to do something about it. In 2019, New York City Council members voted in favor of closing Rikers Island by the year 2027. But in the meantime, inmates will still be housed here. And at this point, many people say there is no reason to believe that conditions here will get any better. I'm Dre Clark for Black News Tonight.
And be sure to join the conversation. We want to hear from you. Head over to our BNC Instagram and Twitter pages to let us know how you feel. Also visit our website, bnc.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube page to check out clips from the show.